Should I make it? Hey there, everybody.
Hi.
Whoever is waiting. Oh, thank you so much. I see that we already have 1 like and we have 3 people. Please feel free to ask any questions. As you know, last year we did so many lives on our channel during the All-State, All-Region season. And this year with the Bootcamp, we kind of did most of the lives within the app. So we decided, I think this is a good time to do a live on the YouTube channel. So first of all, thank you to all. If any of boot campers are here right now listening, thank you so much, guys. You are making our boot camp super, super fun. And to those who haven't participated yet, just in case if you're wondering, it's still open because that's the beauty of having 100% digital material. It is evergreen. So to access it, we have links under our latest, I think, all region, right? Etudes.
I believe
the
so.
Bootcamp, and we can add the link here if you're still interested. And of course, we have some new projects we can't wait to talk to you about. First of all, as you know, the TMAA announced what should be quite large cuts that would either stay exactly the same for region auditions or someone, hello, hi Isaiah, or some of the regions I understand can still cut them down, right? And I've heard from some that it might be September 1st when we find out, but I think every region might be different. So if you guys have any news, please share. We would love to hear about what your regions are doing. I'm mostly familiar with region 15 and 28. So 15 is Edinburgh, McAllen Public Schools, and 28 is Harlingen. Wonderful educators. If any of the educators are here, please say hello. And I want to just tell you guys, you're amazing at what you're doing. The orchestra program in South Texas and all over Texas is amazing. I've actually received quite a few emails from the educators and interest in our videos. Thank you so much, guys, again. Hey, Nicholas, thanks for being here. So as you know, this year we also added cello and viola. So you're welcome to ask us any viola or cello questions.
Yes.
Okay. So Isaiah is asking, if you get into all state, do you automatically get into all region? I think it's the other. Well,
I think all region auditions are first, and I think they're separate from state as far as I know. So I don't know if one affects the other or not.
Yeah. Well, actually, this year it looks like some region auditions will be later than the all-state auditions.
Oh,
because from what I heard, latest is that it looks like the all-state auditions are somewhere in October, and some regions might be later. So yes, but I think for strings, it's true what Esther just said. That, by the way, for those of you who don't know, this is my daughter Esther, and she is now doing the YouTube channel with me together, which is really, really fun. And so yeah, I don't think for string players it's connected. It's basically, from what I understand from many years that I've been in Texas, you compete for all region and then you compete all over for all state. But I think you do have to make it into all region in order for you to participate, to compete for all state. I think that much was true in the past.
I'm not sure, but Adriana said,
hi, Adriana.
Hello, region 15, all region cuts will be released this week. So if you're in region 15, very, very soon. This year, all state auditions are before all region auditions for region 15.
Yes, thank you, Adriana. Oh my goodness, so glad you're participating. Adriana is one of our wonderful orchestra directors, and she's a great friend of mine and a colleague of mine, and I'm so happy that you tuned in. That's what I thought. It's kind of unusual situation, isn't it? Thank you. So Nicholas,
he's asking
what region are we in? Yeah, you guys are 15 from what I understand. Yes, Harlingen people are 28. Region 28. And again, if I love both of region 15 and 28, I've been coaching some amazing violinists from both regions. So how do you guys like the etudes? Any thoughts on the violin, viola, or cello etudes this season? Hi, Joe. Yes, Region 15. So yeah, so my thoughts on so Esther, what do you think of the cello etudes this year?
I think they're definitely very difficult. And honestly, they're difficult for high schoolers, but especially for any level. I mean, these two etudes they chose are definitely could even be like a collegiate level, like an undergraduate level of etude, just because there's a lot of complex thumb positions involved, which I know can be kind of scary for some people if you're not super familiar with the upper realm of the cello, which is totally normal because a lot of times, we start down here in first position and we kind of, we develop this kind of unknown feeling about the upper part of the cello, the upper part of the instrument. I don't know if it feels that way on violin too, but I'm sure in a way it does.
On viola, yes. On violin, I'm so
Yeah.
used to it. But on viola, this was the first year I tried to play viola, and that viola kreutzer is 26, I think, right? It is interesting to be up there and just to stay across, right?
Yeah.
Does it stay across in one position? Because that's the hardest for me when I don't go just up and down the string, but when you have to actually stay across and stay in the position laterally, that's tricky. Nicholas, viola. I think the etudes for viola are actually quite simple, but the tempo, of course, makes it dreadful. Yes, wouldn't that be nice if it weren't for the tempo, right? Yeah, but yes, I totally agree. Actually, Nicholas, I agree with you about the viola, the slow, the campagnoli. It's beautiful, and yes, it is really very possible to make it sound very beautiful. It's just the right amount of slow, but not too slow where you're like choking, trying to save the bow, right? It has a few double stops. And by the way, from some of my colleagues showed me some nice fingerings in the double stops that makes it really doable. But as far as the tempo in kreutzer, yes. However, if you're doing it for region, I think for all state, they're a little bit more picky on being within the tempo guidelines. But for region, I think from what I've seen so far, quality is always over the tempo. So it's better to take it a little bit slower. I think you'll make a much better impression if you go a little bit slower, but you can play everything clearly. What about the speed for cello etudes?
Well, they have a minimum and maximum speed listed on the etude, so I wouldn't go below the minimum, because if they do have a minimum, that means that they wanted that speed. I think the most important thing for these two etudes, and any etudes really, but especially this Popper and Duport etude, is that you really need to be able to play it solidly at a slower tempo, and not just the slower tempo, but also a medium tempo. So if you can play it slow all the way through, that's great, but you also need to do it at a medium tempo, which we sometimes forget, because the medium tempo kind of incorporates more of how it's actually going to feel in the real tempo, but it's still a little under tempo. So as you're getting these things up to tempo, I would encourage you to explore with a metronome and see. What I do if I'm building something up to tempo is I pick a starting number and I play at that number until I feel comfortable, and then I bump it up even just like a notch or two, and it seems really, really minimal. But at this point, it's much better to do that because you have the time rather than to just, cram, which really isn't possible in music. I mean, you can cram for like a biology test maybe, but with music, you can't really cram for an audition. Maybe at some point in your life when you're at a much higher level, maybe, but it's just
because it's called a fine motor skill.
Yeah.
So it's not just about intellectual information. It has to make its way all the way to your muscles. Your brain has to make connections. Yeah.
So you can't, so there's lots of things that have to happen before you're actually ready to perform it. So just, be patient with yourself and give yourself time. And, Dr. Seitz was talking about the band and the different tutorials and things we have. And she was saying how it was still open. So we're actually in the process of getting together some organizing it in a way that's going to be possible for people to still get a really good value out of the boot camp, even though we're technically done with the cycle. So even though the lives, we're not actually going to be doing anything live, we'll have the videos up and some of those Zoom sessions from the camp, and we're going to try to arrange the links and the instructions so that everybody is able to go through the course. So it's kind of just like delivered as a full course, and it'll be laid out week by week so that you're able to access everything easily and work through all the stuff. And we actually, speaking of the cello etudes, we do a lot of talking about thumb position. Most every video and every exercise is talking about and exercising those muscles. And another thing I want to say while you're practicing these etudes, please be gentle with yourself.
Yes.
And especially in thumb position, if you're not used to thumb position, don't practice thumb position for like an hour, because you're going to hurt yourself. Your thumb is like, because you're going to get a callus eventually, but first it's probably going to be a blister. And you really don't want to aggravate that. So you really want to be efficient with your practice and practice in such a way that you're taking lots of breaks and doing it in short segments, maybe picking a measure at a time and just focusing on that. You really don't want to get to a point where you're exhausting yourself, especially when you're exercising the muscle groups up in thumb position.
That's so great. Guys, and this was in the boot camp, and some assignments you saw, I just posted with red letters, always be warmed up before this exercise and never play it when you're tired. It's so true. And actually, Esther just mentioned something that my teacher used to tell me, how, when you said medium tempo, my teacher always told me the best way to practice, it's not just slow tempo, but slowed down tempo. So, and I've noticed sometimes that's the hardest, when you just think of getting ready for a performance and then you're almost at the tempo, but not quite there. It is the most awkward thing. And so if you can, because you're just slow enough where you can hear everything that goes wrong, but it's already close enough to the tempo where it takes some skill to correct it. So yes, medium tempo, slow down tempo is really, really great way to practice. Of course, metronome, I would say for the all-state, I'm not a particular fan of practicing actual music too much with metronome when you practice solo repertoire or anything. Hello, hi.
I was going to let you finish your thought, and then I'll read you the question.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you want to finish your thought?
Yeah,
first?
so just like I was saying, make sure, guys, that use the metronome, because the etudes are totally fine. For excerpts, also all-state excerpts, of course, orchestra excerpts, it's very useful to use the metronome too. And so what do we have with questions?
So there's a few. So Isaiah was wondering, will you post the video on Death and Transfiguration by Richard Strauss, violin excerpts? Carlos says hello. And then Nicholas was saying he found a video of the excerpts on YouTube. And then Adriana said hi to Carlos. So that's okay. I'm just making sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay, yeah. So will you post the video? And I guess this is when we can talk about the clinic that we're having.
Yeah, let's. Do you want to talk or do you
go ahead.
Okay, so we just recently, as you know, the all-state excerpts, orchestra excerpts were not a part of the boot camp, or we didn't plan to do that.
We just focus on etudes for that.
Yes. And then because I feel there's more, it's a little bit more educational for a wider variety of students. So I like to focus on that first. Now, we also are not planning to post the performance, at least I'm not planning to post the performance of the excerpts on the channel, and you're not either, right?
As of now, no, because of what you're about to say.
But we were just approached by some wonderful educators, string educators in the Valley and also outside the Valley, who asked us to organize a Zoom clinic. So we're going to hold a Zoom clinic for exclusively all-state excerpts. It will be, obviously, there will be a price to attend, and we will post it just came up, and we just wanted to announce it. So basically, the space will be limited. We will be posting the links where you could click and go to our website and find out all the information about it. The dates are, the only thing that we know right now are the dates. It'll be September 11th, which is Friday, and September 12th. So this will be one clinic, but rather than doing a really long clinic in one day, we decided to divide so we'll do 1.5 hours on Friday, most likely somewhere later, like 6 or 7 p.m., somewhere after people are back from school, because I know a lot of students are now having to do school. And then on Saturday also, sometime probably early afternoon or something. So the dates are already for sure 11 and 12. So we are doing violin and cello, of course, separately. on those same dates. So the times will vary because obviously we can't do it at once because we're both in the same house. So please tune in and for more details. Like I said, as soon as we have the more details fleshed out, we will have a link where you could go. Now, the space is going to be limited because we would like to have a group where the students would feel comfortable to ask a question and we would have time to address, as many of them as possible. But I really enjoyed, recently I've done quite a few Zoom clinics, and I really enjoyed it much more than I expected, mostly because of the aspect of privacy that you guys get in Zoom clinics, right? Because technically, once you turn off your mic, you don't have to you can play full sound and you can hear yourself and me and your teacher. And so you're not distracted by the noise and other people playing, which is incredible. I think that's incredible technology. I also offer, I'm very happy because, as you know, I'm a professor at UTRGV. We have a wonderful benefit of using, these professional Zoom accounts that deliver very good connection, and we can accommodate a lot of people. And most of the time we can offer also for you to be able to access the recording of the Zoom later if you'd like to use it for your study. So that is our latest project. So what we got another.
When is it the final day to submit region audition recordings? Does it vary depending on district, or is it all the same?
I know that I think it does vary by district, because as Adriana just mentioned, our district will be holding the region, we're talking region, right? Region auditions actually later than all states. So I would say check with your orchestra director, would know the best. If you're homeschooled and you're playing region auditions, then I would say check with the school where you would be zoned, and so that would be your region, and that the orchestra directors there would know. I'm not sure if obviously everyone is doing kind of whatever suits their region best, but thank you so much. That's a great question. I would say the best thing about this, you can keep practicing. The longer it gets, the more time you have to practice.
Isaiah said, is it too late to sign up for the boot camp? No. So as we said, you can sign up. We're working on, again, engineering it to be ready for the next cycle of people, which will be a little different than the first cycle, but we're getting ready to make sure all the materials are available. So definitely contact us. You can find the email on the website to contact us about it. If you're interested, please contact us and we'll let you know as soon as everything is up and running, which should be in the next few days, probably sometime next week. We'll have everything ready and up to speed. So Isaiah, definitely send us an email.
I mean, it's right now, it's also, you can join and use it right now too.
And it's just going to be more organized soon.
And so the beauty of why is it that the reason we're not just posting a course on the website, the difference between the bootcamp project and just plain posting those tutorials on maybe my website and is that we're actually connected. So once you become it is in the band app, and so once you become our group, first of all, it's very secure because no one can even see it except if I invite you in. So for parents, I think that's great. Second, you can private message me anytime, and as soon as I am able to, I'll answer. If you have any questions, we also post questions in the feed, any announcements, anything else. We actually did a couple of Zoom. So the reason it was announced as a 4-week boot camp is because all of the materials are fit into 4 weeks. So the course itself is 4 weeks where we actively are posting materials. And right now they're all organized in the albums. It's just the recording of our Zoom sessions. However, we were thinking for newcomers to make sure that, to make it even easier for you guys to navigate, we are putting together just kind of a PDF where we could attach to every week. So this way it will be even better, even easier. But yes, I highly recommend. And I would ask if you could, I don't know which school and who your orchestra director is, let your orchestra director know, and if they contact me, maybe we can work out maybe some kind of a special for you guys. I don't know, but if there are a lot of maybe people who want to who want to participate from your particular orchestra program. And again, we have the viola, the violin, and the cello always separate, and it's just lots of information, lots of tutorials, and the best part, we're connected, so it's like having us there. So I think we have Adriana.
She said for Region 15, the window for recording is November 4th through 7th.
Thank you so much, Adriana. Well, so guys, I think, should we pull the plug on the lives?
Sure.
Yeah. So we were thinking of doing something since, the semester just started at UTRGV, my school where I'm teaching. And I know the whole pandemic has been difficult on everyone. It's difficult to stay organized. Sometimes I love staying home, but also sometimes because you're not changing the environment, it's really difficult to stop everything and go practice. And sometimes you kind of go through the motions. So I thought for the next couple of weeks, we're going to have just kind of on Saturdays at 11 a.m., a live, kind of a weekly live, which would consist of hands-on little practice routines where you guys could have your instruments and practice along with us. We will also talk. I will post my Insta account where you could send me if you would like us to address a certain question or explain a certain technical issue or anything that relates to violin, viola, and cello. We would love to for you to send it to us. So my Insta. So if you
I'm gonna type it in the chat right now.
If you private message me on my Instagram, which we will post in the. If you have any questions for our next upcoming live, which will be Saturday the 11th, then if you follow me on Instagram, you can private message me and submit that question. Or if you would like us, like I said, we were planning to do it, so it's really fun. Like the Saturday, 11, we even have a fun name for it. And basically, we're going to talk, we're going to play, we're going to show you things, violin, viola, cello, and just have fun. And we'll try it for a couple of weeks. And if it goes well, we will just keep going, hopefully until everything is normal, we can go back to school, back to work. And so.
But, if you guys like it, it is a weekend thing. So. Even during
school, thank you, Esther. You posted. She's so good. She's just so good. It's so nice. I'm so excited. The reason I actually thought of it is because my daughter Esther, as you know, she just graduated from Manhattan School of Music, and we just realized that she's going to be staying here probably until summer. And so we thought, well, since we're in this together, we're just going to do it. We were thinking of a lot of different fun things to do and for you, including posting. I know it's been a little slow posting the actual tutorials lately because it's just with the beginning of the year, we got so busy, but I think we're getting back on the bandwagon. And if you guys, again, if you have any suggestions, feel free to put in the comments if anything is interesting for you. Yes, I think that's about it. So any more questions? I hope you guys are excited. Thank you, Kung Fu Violist. Yes, thinks it's cool. So that's good. That's good. I'm glad. Yes.
Isaiah says, I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Joe says, will the live videos be posted to your YouTube channel or will they be deleted after the live is
No. They'll stay there. So basically this way you can, if you ask the question again, and we will, if we addressed it, it will stay. Of course, lives are always staying there. And so I would like to kind of really have you guys be able to have your instrument there and maybe it's not going to be just the practice. We're going to basically talk, but I would love to have segments in each live just for violin, viola, cello, where you could actually go ahead and just bring your instruments and we could try to practice, maybe just go over scales or something like that.
We're probably gonna, one of the ideas we've been tossing around is to pick a key each week and talk about technical exercises in that key each week, which to me, I think that would be useful for myself as well.
And then it will be a surprise because you'll never know, we'll never know what will be the key. Yeah, so we'll pick the key and then every week it'll be a surprise which key.
And of course, if you message us I think probably as long as it's 24 to 48 hours before the boot camp, or not the boot camp, sorry.
Before the live.
Before the live, wrong thing. If you message us on Instagram in our direct messages and follow our account 24 to 48 hours before the live, we can address your question. Just, make sure that it's a decent amount of time before so that we have time to prepare. But if you have a specific technical question or a repertoire question that can be applied to a lot of people, you think, or something that the question that lots of people might have, definitely send it to us, because that can be something that will not only benefit you, but a lot of other people who probably have the same question, and we can talk about that.
And then you can wake up and just have a little practice just together, just kind of like I was always thinking, all these yoga people and exercise people, they always have these where they could just log in or tune into some channel and just exercise together. Of course, for musicians, we don't seem to do it. So I was thinking I wanted to do a little bit of that too and see how it goes. I think it'll be fun, because especially when it comes to scales, arpeggios, techniques, sometimes you just feel like, it's so much more fun to just play music. And I feel like if we just have kind of a buddy system where we could talk about, a certain key a week, where we could dedicate a little bit of time to practicing that key, I think that would be super fun.
Yeah. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you guys. Like I said, please submit your questions. Of course, we're hoping that we'll have so many questions that we might not be able to address every possible question, but I think there's always information that pertains, that's the right word, to everyone, especially in strings. And thank you for your support. I was just looking at our membership. I can't believe it's 647 subscribers. And I was telling Esther, if some of you might know, we were supposed to have our Carnegie Hall concert this April, which of course was canceled. And now we have a new date in April 2021. We'll talk about it later. But, the Weil Hall where we were supposed to do the concert, it's about around 250 seats altogether. It's especially for chamber music. And I realized, so now we have 647 subscribers, which is more than twice of that hall. And if you have been with us since the beginning, you might have seen our 100. So when we reached first 100 subs, we did a live celebration, which was Vivaldi and spaghetti. So we played Vivaldi and we had spaghetti and we had a lot of fun. But so now we would love to reach 1,000. When we get to 1,000, we already have a theme for our live celebration, which will be pizza and piazzolla. And I would love if we get to that fairly quickly. I think, if you probably don't, well, why would you know? So my husband is actually a professional chef. He's an executive chef at a restaurant here in the Valley. And so I was going to, if we get there soon, maybe in a month, I was going to ask him, and maybe we could even cook the pizza. And, as it's baking, we could play piazzolla for you guys, and you could join us, and you could order a pizza or cook with us. So it would be a fun party, but we have to get to 1,000 subs. So if you can pass it along, that would be great. And as soon as we get to 1,000, we'll have our fun party. And hopefully by then everything will be normal, or maybe we get there so soon that it'll still be,
Either way. We have a really good pizza dough recipe.
Yes, we do. We just tried it, and it's really good.
And it's really easy, and you only have to really let it rise for 30 minutes. And
we could even take suggestions on the pizza toppings. Maybe we could run like a little, you guys could suggest, and we could run a little, like my son Daniel, there's this random programs that would choose random toppings, like from whatever you suggested, as long as it's edible, of course.
Isaiah said you guys should have more subscribers, to be honest. And Kung Fu Viola said you'll have 1,000 in no time.
Yes!
That's the attitude.
Yes.
Yeah, so share with your friends, share with your orchestra directors, and then we can all enjoy some piazzolla and some pizza.
Yes, which of course we can enjoy. We're so grateful for you guys. I just want you to know. Thank you so much, Adriana. And the reason I was thinking of 1,000 subs, actually, because I realized that, when I thought that 647 is already more than 2 Weil Halls, I remember that the university where I work, UTRGV,
Nicholas said opinions on pineapple.
Yeah, I love pineapple,
I don't.
and she doesn't. But I love pineapple and that Hawaiian. You know, the ham, Canadian bacon, and pineapple.
We're a house divided.
So
on that
guys,
issue.
come on, give us. I want each one of you. Esty, put their pineapple. Can they comment on the comment?
I don't think on the live, but we can.
So put in put in comments if you yay or nay for pineapple on pizza. I'm just curious how many yays and how many nays.
Yeah, I know it was quite a debate for a while. It still kind of is,
Yeah.
but
We always argue about that.
I agree with Conculio.
Okay.
I'm with
I
that.
love pineapple on my pizza. I don't know what it is
So
about.
does my little brother Danny.
Yes.
He also does.
Yay, Sankam.
Like
Thank you. By the way, I love I know Sankan, I love your I don't know if they're called cartoon on, you know, those animated posts on your channel. I saw it. I love them. Those are really awesome. I love them. Absolutely love them. So
okay, so it looks like there's a lot of yays, and I will make a deal. If we do get to 1,000 subscribers soon, I will eat a piece of pineapple pizza.
Oh my goodness, yes, guys, we gotta get it. I would love. She hates pineapple on her pizza.
And honestly,
I would love to see her eat pineapple.
To be quite honest,
Yes.
I've never actually tried it because I'm scared.
So she's prejudiced. She's being prejudiced against pineapple.
If we get there, I will eat a piece and tell you my honest, 100% honest opinion.
And then what do I do? What is it?
You don't have to do anything.
No, but I'm curious. I want to do something too.
You like everything.
No, but I mean, think of some challenge that I would do that I usually don't like doing.
Pizza related?
No, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we'll think about it. Okay, but this is great. Thank you, guys. Yes, guys, we gotta see her eat pie. I wouldn't be surprised if she liked it, though.
Honestly, I might. I just every time, you know, I see it, it just looks so strange to me, and I end up just picking off the pineapple. So I'm just eating the Canadian bacon. Eat pizza with sardines.
Yeah, no, that's a little too much. I don't think
I actually like sardines.
You like, but on pizza?
I don't know.
Hot sardines?
It will open your mind.
It will open. That's funny. Yeah, we all need open minds. And your palate. Well, have you tried it? Sankan, have you tried sardines on your pizza?
Adriana, I like it, but it has to be thin crust for it to have pineapple. Okay. Maybe I'll try it with thin crust.
I actually love thin crust.
Me too.
And you know, I would definitely ask John, my husband, to have kind of, when we have a celebration, we could do. Yeah. So I wanted to mention that because we recently, guys, did a Zoom concert. We were actually hired to perform for a company of so we had about 5 to 6 screens, right, on Zoom.
Yeah.
And it was amazing how good the sound was because Esther figured out how to do the settings with the mic, and it was really, really, really fun. So that's another thing I would love to do sometime, to kind of do a concert, because then of course we can do it also in the live, but the Zoom thing is because the audience could actually, we saw it and they were right there. It was just super fun, interactive experience. So
yeah.
Oh, I love margarita too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
In Italy, really, especially when we're in Italy, it was really good. Mm-hmm. So we got it. Well, so guys, I really appreciate you attending. If you have any questions concerning the boot camp or the upcoming Zoom clinic, especially, you know, like I said, I would love to also talk to your orchestra directors if they're interested, you know, because I think they know so well what you guys need. So feel free to refer them to us. I know we've heard from a lot of them. I'll post my website. The easiest way, if you could just follow me on Insta, and you can just private message me, and then this way I could answer a question, or if you private message me for our the first upcoming, so should we say the name?
Go ahead.
So guess what the name is going to be for those, I forgot, what was the name? Oh, Wake up and smell the rosin.
Yeah.
That's the name. So that's what we're doing on Saturday at 11 o'clock. So you guys wake up and smell the rosin and practice with us. So send us your questions for our very first one this Saturday at 11. Yeah, I came up with it. Can you tell?
And hopefully we're trying to look into making some merch soon with the Wake Up and Smell the Rosin name.
Yeah.
So,
and also,
that would be really fun.
Stay well and practice on. I thought it goes really well with the situation today. So
we'll figure that out too.
Yeah, so we'll just have some fun with it.
Yes, so tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m. for our first one.
Yes, it's going to be interesting.
Merch.
Yeah, please. We don't want to talk into a silent.
Yeah, they're saying to make merch.
Yay! So I was thinking the easiest way to be the little cloths, cleaning cloths.
Yeah.
Would that go?
Also case stickers.
Yes, stickers. I love stickers.
Especially
and magnets.
for cellists.
And magnets.
We like to put stickers on cases.
Yeah. Okay. So I think
yes to both.
To both. Thank you guys. Well, we love you so much, all of you guys. It's just amazing. I feel like this space. High fashion. Yes, I am totally for. This is. I have the amazing artistic person. If you don't know, actually, all three of my children are very artistic. They're really good. In fact, if you see our little side string prose thing, Esther did that all by herself, just with the whatever. She doesn't even. She's so good at it. So I have a son who is actually an artist. So he's already a professional artist. And he lives in Seattle, so he's the middle child. And then Danny, you've seen his thumb on my clone. Remember the ones where I cloned myself videos? He was the one to help me. He didn't want to go into the picture, but he showed his thumbs up. So yeah, so basically, so I have a lot of artists in the house, and I have a lot of crazy ideas. So we decided if we put them together, we could do something for fun, just for fun. I mean, we have to have fun right now, right? That's very important because we have time for it.
Yes.
Anyway,
right.
I think we covered everything.
That's pretty much it.
So remember, we will post more information about the Allstate Excerpts Clinic, and that would be like basically concentrated on the Allstate Excerpts. So it'll be very helpful for those who are thinking of doing Allstate. And then also Bootcamp registration links.
Yes.
And like I said, and our website link where you could go and email or whatever. So we'll figure it out. So below, in the description box below, I think you can do it after the live is over.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. And of course, if you want us to play something for you, let us know. We can always we'll try to do as much as we can. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. Have fun practicing.